Okay, so anything that happens from here to the end of the video, I blame Leaflet. It is all her fault. Every bit of it is all her fault because I was at the jobby job, right? And I saw her looking at this African core channel, and it got me a little curious, you could say. A little, yeah, a little curious. So we're gonna find one of the things here. We're gonna react to it, and we're gonna use, like, well, since how they probably use AI to make the videos, we're going to use AI to fact check them. So we'll go to latest. We'll go to most popular. Their most popular video is Jesus. The proof Jesus was black. Jesus was African. The biblical evidence they hide. Now being a being a pasty face guy myself, obviously I never thought Jesus was Africana. Now, but I never thought he was white either when I grew up. Especially when I kind of went, oh, well, he was more like Middle Eastern kind of area of the world. So wouldn't he have been tad brown? Maybe not so much the white and/or black. You know what I mean? But I mean, I guess, right? Now, can we do X? Hello, X. Go to Gronk. Go to Gronk here. Okay, cool. We're not gonna check anything in Gronk until we actually see something in the video we want to check. So let's open that video up. Turn that up a little bit. Turn up our audio. Can we hear it well?
You will believe the truth.
Okay, cool. You can hear it. All right, let's. I was just say let's full screen it, but if I full screen it, I can't go to Gronk. So you know.
I know that's a strong way to start. I know some of you.
I will believe the truth. Then why do they do that? I believe the truth.
You will believe.
And they start the fucking video with the AI black dude doing the fucking demon face bullshit. That's probably not good.
Truth. I know that's a strong way to start. I know some of you just raised an eyebrow. Some of you.
No, I didn't raise an eyebrow, actually. Kind of curious as to how you think you're going to push this one.
You already want to close this video, but please stay, because what I'm going to show you today is not my opinion. It is not a theory I made up in my bedroom. It comes...
No, you know what? I'm going to agree. It probably is their opinion, maybe. And it's not really a theory they made up in their bedroom. They probably, I don't know, asked ChatGPT to write a script for them, because that's exactly what this fucking sounds like so far.
Straight from the Bible, from the text itself, from history.
And no, I don't have, and I don't have anything against ChatGPT, because, you know, the fucking avatar I'm using right now is, by the way, available. Well, not this one, not available to use, but you can make one yourself if you go to Leaflet's game, which I forgot the website name of. I'm sorry, Leaflet. Or to rfab.ai and look at their YouTuber tools on there, which has Leaflet's wonderful, wonderful little PNG maker. And honestly, on the rfab.ai, it's just it is a little bit easier to use. You don't have to download anything. So I recommend giving it a shot.
From geography and from the simple logic of how the world works. So if you believe in the Bible, then by the end of this video, you have no choice but to accept what it says. Let's go back.
Yep, except what it says, except for nowhere in the Bible does it mention that Jesus was a black guy. Or
way back, before Jesus, before David, before any king sat on a throne in Israel. Let's start at the very...
Wait, okay. Is he gonna say, or is AI guy gonna say, right, that everybody in the region was black before, okay, and slowly became a different color because of other people coming in and breeding and all that shit. So technically Jesus is black.
Very beginning of the people Jesus came from. The children of Israel, the people the Bible calls God's chosen people, were not a European people. They were not a light-skinned people. Anyone who has spent a little time reading the Bible honestly, without the filters that centuries of paintings and movies have placed on our eyes, knows this. The original Israelites were a dark-skinned people. They lived in the Middle East and in Africa. They were surrounded by Egyptians, Ethiopians, Canaanites, and Arabs. These were all peoples of color. Dark skin was not the exception in that part of the world. It was simply what people looked like there. Now let's talk about Judah, because the line of Jesus begins with Judah, the fourth son of Jacob. The Bible tells us that Judah himself did something that the religious leaders of his time would have found very uncomfortable. He had children with a Canaanite woman. Her name was Shua, and later there was Tamar, who was also a Canaanite. These relationships are in the Bible, written plainly in Genesis.
Wait, so because of the names, he's trying to say that these people were... Oh, okay. I'm not following here, dude.
Genesis 38. The Canaanites were a dark people. The children that came from Judah's line carried that blood. The tribe of Judah, from which the word Jew actually comes, was born out of mixed African and Middle Eastern ancestry. This is not me reading between lines. This is basic genealogy that the Bible itself records.
But it's not... I don't remember anywhere in the Bible that people came from Africa. Okay, you know what? We're gonna grok this. We're gonna grok it. How about does the Bible say anything about Africa? Apparently I cannot spell. That's okay. I can spell, I just can't capitalize. All right, whatever. We're gonna try and keep our questions to a vague, because I don't want to lead grok or AI or whatever into the answers I want. I want it to do it itself. Okay. Yes, the Bible does not use the modern term Africa. That was developed later in Roman times, but it repeatedly refers to regions, peoples. Okay. Egypt, Kush, but it doesn't. Africa is not a side note in the Bible. Yeah, okay. Well, all right.
Kim Hilda 9830 just followed.
Go back here.
Records. And here is something that a lot of people skip over. When Moses was living in Midian and married Zipporah, a Cushite woman, that is, a woman from Africa, his brother Aaron and his sister Miriam gave him trouble about it. They were upset that Moses married a black woman. And what did God do? He struck Miriam with a skin disease that turned her skin white as snow. That detail matters. That detail tells you something about what skin looked like in that world. God...
Whoa. Wait a minute. So, he's trying to say that white people came from fucking disease? Are you kidding me? Okay.
God made her skin white as a punishment. In a world where dark skin was normal and expected, being struck with white skin was the mark of something being wrong. That's the world Jesus was born into. That's the world his ancestors came from. Now let's talk about David, because you cannot talk about Jesus without talking about David. Jesus is called the Son of David.
Okay, so why is David a white name typically?
All throughout the New Testament. The genealogy in Matthew chapter 1 traces Jesus directly through David's family line. So, what did David look like? The Bible describes David in 1 Samuel 16. When Samuel, the prophet, comes to find the next king of Israel, he goes to the house of Jesse. Jesse has many sons. Samuel is looking for the one God has chosen. And when David comes in, the Bible says he was ruddy. That word, ruddy, is the English translation of the Hebrew word, adomoni. Now, ruddy in Old English was used to describe a reddish or dark complexion. But here's the important thing. In Hebrew, adomoni does not mean what white Europeans assumed it meant when they translated it. In the context of dark-skinned peoples, adomoni points to a reddish-brown, deep bronze or dark-toned complexion. Think of the color of rich, dark soil. Think of burnt copper. Think of the skin tones you still see today across East Africa, the Horn of Africa, and the Arabian Peninsula. That is the color David's description points to.
What? Oh, wow. This is either one of two things. This is either super enlightening for people, or this is, oh my god, total bullshit. We're gonna, let's just do this. We're gonna just go to Grok here. This AI voice thing is starting to kind of piss me off a little bit, you know what I mean? So, how about, there is a theory? Oh god, I cannot spell. Theory, there we go, that Jesus was a black man. Is there... See, I told you I can't spell. I can't type because I have to look at the keyboard and my microphone is in the way of the keyboard. Any validity to that claim? What? Jesus? Oh, E, not you. Juices, huh? Okay, whatever. It's thinking real hard. I might have broke it. Alrighty, so rather than go through this here video totally, because I think 5 minutes. Ooh, actually right here, most replayed.
Their own image onto a story that came from a completely different world.
Yep, there we go. Here's the part. Let's go here.
A European invention. It was from Bethlehem in the region of Judah. He was a shepherd. He spent his days in the sun, out in the fields with his father's flock. The idea that David was pale, blonde, blue-eyed young man is a European invention. The paintings in the churches, the statues, the illustrations in children's Bibles, those were created by European artists who painted what...
Well, they were painted centuries after the people that existed. Of course, they actually fucking know what they look like. But I really fucking doubt they look like fucking... Where'd that go? That guy there.
By European artists who painted what they knew. They painted their own image onto a story that came from a completely different world. David was a dark-skinned, sun-weathered Middle Eastern shepherd. The Bible tells us exactly...
Now, I can believe that they were Middle Eastern, but Middle Eastern is not black. Like I said before, Middle Eastern, I can go with that because of the region of the world. They were at least closer to Middle Eastern, maybe some pasty face and Middle Eastern mix or something like that. But to tell me, oh, they were black, no, I kind of fucking doubt that. But let's go to Grok here. What does Grok say about the theory of Jesus being black? No, there is no historical validity to the claim that Jesus was a black man, in the sense of sub-Saharan, which is what this guy is the AI voice here is trying to convince us of, African descent or phenotype. The evidence points clearly in a different direction. Jesus was a first-century Galilean Jew from Nazareth, which means he was fucking white, or white-ish, in the region of Judea/Palestine, modern-day Israel. And, well, if you go to Israel, they're not super dark-skinned there, are they? No? Some are a little tan, but nobody is super dark-skinned. The New Testament genealogies, Matthew 1 and Luke 3, traces lineage through Jewish ancestors in the tribe of Judah. Specifically, the line of David. He was born into a Jewish mother, Mary, raised in a Jewish family, and lived his entire adult life among Jewish communities under Roman rule. Contemporary sources and early Christian writers consistently identify him as Jewish. No physical description of the earthly Jesus appears in the Gospels. Isaiah 53:2 implies he was ordinary looking and unremarkable in appearance. He would not have stood out from other Jewish men of the time and place. Let's see here. Forensic anthropology, archaeology, ancient DNA studies, skeletal remains from the period, and contemporary descriptions, including Egyptian mummy portraits of the people from the region, sorry, I can't read today either. Converge on a consistent picture. Olive to medium brown or honey-colored skin. Not exactly black, is it? A little brown. Dark or brown hair. Brown eyes. Beard. Average height for the air, roughly 5.1. So, okay, here we go. Common arguments for a black Jesus and why they don't hold up. Okay, dokie. Ooh. Oh, it would be nice if I could just have this be read to me, huh? Can we just have it read it? That would be awesome. I can Wait, Leo's tools can do shit for me? I can make a post out of it? Okay. I didn't know that. Anyway, Revelations 1:114 to 1:15. Hair white like wool, feet like burnished bronze. This is a symbolic vision of the glorified heavenly Christ, not a description of the earthly body. White like wool and as white as snow refer to the color, purity, wisdom. Okay, that doesn't tell me why. That doesn't tell me why they think he's black. Flight to Egypt. Joseph and Mary and the infant Jesus fled to Egypt to escape Herod. Egypt is in Africa, but first century Egyptians were North African, Middle Eastern in appearance, not sub-Saharan black. This is true. This is the thing, too, that I always say when I hear people go, oh, Egypt, all black. No, actually, the beginning of Egypt, there was not so much blacky black. They were kind of mixed. The family did not need to blend in ethnically. They simply needed to leave Herod's jurisdiction. Or black Hebrew Israelite claims that ancient Israelites as a whole were black Africans. These are not supported by archaeology, DNA, historical texts, or contemporary artwork from the time, or from the Near East and Egypt. Ancient Israelites, Judeans were Levantine Semites with genetic and phenotype continuity. Oh, I can't read. Continuity to their ancient. So basically, there is absolutely, totally no evidence whatsoever that Jesus was black or even African in any way, shape, or form. He wasn't born in Africa. He went there because he had to, I guess. He was raised. He looked like all the other Jewish people at the time of his place of birth, which were not African. So saith the science, even. I'm pretty sure that this is complete bullshit. But then again, we knew that this Jesus was African, the Bible evidence they hide thing was complete bullshit anyway. I mean, we completely knew that, right? There is no way you can be like, any logical thinking person is never go, oh, well, Jesus was, I guess Jesus was black, because there's that dumbass myth that is still taught today that every human being came from the African continent. We were all black and slowly turned white as we moved across the world. You know that that's likely a bunch of bullshit, right? Because if we all developed the same way, there wouldn't be, how do you say it, as many differences between everybody. You know what I mean? And difference is good. Difference is okay. But let's go back here to African core. We're not going to react to anything else they have. Oh, no, shit, I wanted to go. Damn it, get me back over here.
Exactly that.
No, I don't care what you have to say. What do the comments have to say? My pastor never taught me this, so it ain't true. Ignorant. Well, actually, I'm not a guy who just believes my pastor. I do something called research, or at least I have a small amount of research anyway, right? A small, tiny, minute amount of research. Actually, now, thanks to AI, I can have AI do all the research for me, and, I can double check it if I need to. And it even gives me sources. What are some of the replies to this bullshit? Not everyone can stomach the truth. Nailed it. Oh, this is like somebody like just filling this up with bullshit, huh? Okay, cool. Those who oppose this video don't read their Bible and know what the Bible says. Says they have been lied to. Well, let's see here. I don't think we've been lied to. I think this video is fibbing to people. Yes, yes, yes. The Bible is black history. This is, you know what this is? This is another we was kings and shit, right? Is this entire, like, channel basically we was kings and shit? Ethiopian Bible describes, okay, well, Ethiopian Bible, Tarzan was black, first pharaohs were not fucking black, Saint Teresa, oh, Teresa, I thought they were trying to say Saint Teresa was black. I'm like, motherfucker, what? So, like, we do have, like, video and pictures and shit of her being really white, but I guess I read that wrong. It's Teresa. If you're black, watch this. African taught Greeks everything. Okay. If Africa taught the Greeks how to do shit, where are all the awesome big stone monuments in fucking Africa? Why aren't they still building that shit now? Because there are plenty of tribes and shit in Africa that have been left alone for the most part. Why aren't they still building awesome shit now? No? No one can tell me? The black built the first churches? Oh my god. Yeah, this entire channel is basically we was kings bullshit. I think I may have found a new source of shit to talk about for a while. But I think we're done talking about it for today. So if you, I don't know, got angry at me for telling you the truth, I'm sorry that you're so soft and you have a small penis. I'm joking about the penis part. I've never seen your dick. Anyway, do me the giant favor of hitting those like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you, boys and girls, later on. Have yourself a great, wonderful, and awesome day. Then I still blame Leaflet. Bye-bye.